whose leadership brought accolades to the company for successfully executing the contract of 9 days before scheduled date, and the contract has turned out to the most profitable contract executed by the organization. With his focus to complete the new contracts on time and the augmentation of the shipyard's infrastructure and its modernization and finally its digitization, the officer who brings with him rich experience in ship repairs and ship construction, having served in Naval Dockyard, Vishakhapatnam for 7 years in various capacities as CRO, HQENC, he was instrumental in successful completion of medium refit and modernization of an Indian Navy submarine undertaken at HSL in 2015. He also had the opportunity of overseeing construction at Fincantieri Shipyard in Italy as in charge of Indian Naval Overseer team that monitored construction and delivery of 2 naval fleet tankers, INS Deepak and INS Shakti of Indian Navy, which was completed in a short span of 3 years and without any cost and overrun. Ladies and gentlemen, you all have to help me to welcome Commodore Hemant Khatri, retired Chairman and Managing Director, Hindustan Shipyard Limited. Heartiest congratulations to Commodore Hemant Khatri. Thank you very much for the work you have been doing. Keep raising the bar and keep setting the new benchmark for the society.
At the outset, I'm indeed grateful and thank you so much for ilouge for selecting. It's a pleasant surprise. I don't know how the pictures and how the citation has been gathered. I'm actually not aware. So I think country is very vibrant, very vigilant, has deepest reach, and I am humbled to accept this award. Thank you so much for the chief guest, sir. It's an honor to receive it from your hand. Thank you so much for the luminaries on the dais. I have noted each and every point that you said, and this award actually, as my predecessor said, goes to the team. One man alone cannot do anything. Hindustan Shipyard Limited is an 83-year-old company set up by Seth Walchand Hirachand, the same gentleman who had the vision in 1919, who started the sugarcane industries in Maharashtra, railways in Maharashtra, and then in 1940 he started Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. 1941 he set the foundation of Cmde Shipyard Limited, which is now called Hindustan Shipyard Limited. He set up Hindustan Automobiles, the premier automobiles, Fiat as we know, and the fourth one he set up was Walchand Industries. Unfortunately, the company had been in losses for decades. In March 21, we had turnover of 467 crores and loss of 14 crores. But in March 24, 3 years later, the turnover had jumped more than 300 times. It has 1560 crores and the loss has been converted into a profit of 164 crores. This has been made possible by 1100 employees of the company and 3000 hired or the contracted workforce which comes to the shipyard and does the job. It has been done with the vision which is laid out today by the luminaries, vision that the Honorable Prime Minister laid out in the CPSE conclave in 2018, where he gave the mantra of 4 Ps and he said, reform with intent, perform with integrity, and transform with intensity. I think these words of wisdom have been our mantra, and whatever we have learnt, we have gathered from the environment, all these things which we have just heard is something I tried to implement into the organization. Sir, I am the foot soldier of the vision that you are laying. Be it Digital India, I called it as Digital HSL. If it is Skill India, I called it as and worked to make it Skill HSL. If it is women empowerment at the country and the global level, we empowered our 56 women in our company. If it is MSMEs empowerment, we upskill them to almost 4 times. If it is ease of doing business, you have to come to see this small little company where ease of doing business is a mantra. It may not be for the global leaders, but it is for those MSMEs, those contractors who were finding it difficult to do business with the government organizations. Today they get everything on digital portal. So all the slogans, all the mantras, all the policies which we talk, we hear, is something as a foot soldier I've tried to implement on the ground, and this is what we have been achieved, and I'm sure that there is much more that lies ahead. Turning around a sick industry into a profitable industry is a difficult task, because because the challenge is the manpower, the human capital. The challenge is to change from a PSU culture, PSU work culture, into a corporate work culture. PSU work culture somehow during 70s, 80s, 90s declined because of inefficiencies. PSU work culture came to be known as something that, white elephants, something that came to be known as inefficiency, something that people consider that their pay is guaranteed till the age of 60 years, till they retire. Promotions will come with time and they cannot be transferred, so there is neither a carrot nor a stick. And we realize that if one man, Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, can turn and give leadership and vision to 140 crore people, simple soldiers like us, for us to give in vision and inspire 1100, 1200 or 3000 people, is the simplest thing that we can do. That was the mantra. It was simple thing, that service before self. When I left Navy in 2017, I had believed that nation has given enough. Made a Commodore, gave a chance to serve abroad. Now it is time to give it back to the nation. And therefore, that is what we have done. It is just putting service before self. And I consider myself to be the first servant of Hindustan Shipyard Limited. The whole culture of the organization has changed with this. And people are now rededicated. They are inspired to give much more. And that is how we are going to translate the vision which has been laid out today, and the large strides that country is achieving. I think every PSU, every private industry, every organization, every school and every college is seeing that dream, is observing it, is visualizing it, and is absorbing it to translate it into reality. Thank you so much. Once again, very grateful to you, sir.